Hey guys, Archie Luxury channel. Today I'm doing a paid review, very urgent. This is for our good friend Chris. Hi Arch, my name is Chris. Oh, quick, wristwatch, wristwatch, check. I'm wearing the Hoya Monaco. The Hoya caliber 11, fuckers, with the left hand crown. Okay. Hi Arch, my name is Chris and I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I am in desperate need of advice from the Pontiff. You recently reviewed my watch collection and I am writing you this time for a YouTube watch collection advice video which I need rather quickly. So I've sent you $50 via PayPal for the expedient video and an extra $50 for all the questions I have. Since you last reviewed my collection, I have made some changes. I sold my Tudor style 41mm and my Cartier Tank XL Solo, leaving my current collection at just 3 pieces, all of which I love and never intend on selling. A Breitling Navitimer 1884 limited on a steel bracelet, a Grand Seiko Snowflake, and an Omega Speedmaster Professional with the Helsolite. Where's my one gone? Where did I put my watch? Shit. With the Helsolite glass. Oh, they're over here. Helsolite glass, fuckeroonies. The Helsolite glass. Man, I tell you what, man. I'm with you. I love my Helsolite Speedmaster. Currently, I would like a dive watch, preferably with a blue face. A GMT, a moon phase, and a German watch. I know you always say that buying used is the way to go. That's right, fuckers. But I always like to buy new, even if I have to pay an unnecessary premium to do so. I know that it's not smart, but it's just the way I've always been. All that said, I would like to keep my price range per piece to around $10,000 or less if possible. At some point in my life, I'll own a Patek Calatrava, a Lange, and an AP Royal Oak. But that won't be for quite some time, as those are all grail pieces. And especially if you're paying fucking retail, I think it'll be a long time before you get those pieces. Pieces. My next purchase. Look at this here. This is starting to get interesting. Let's have a listen. Let's sit back, sip on the pina colada, and let's keep listening. My next purchase will most likely be a Rolex Datejust 41, either in steel and white gold or steel and yellow gold. Do you think that's a good watch, or better yet, a good fuck off piece? And which of those two would you recommend? Okay, very good question there indeed. Very good question indeed there. That's yep, okay, we'll come back to that there. For my diver, what are your thoughts on the Tudor Pelagos with the blue face or the Panerai submersible? Is there another diver you would recommend? Yes, another very good question there. What GMT would you recommend? I've considered the Rolex Explorer 2, but I would really like to stick to the one watch per brand, and with the Datejust, it would be good to find a different GMT. Good point. As far as moon phases go, is there a Pacific piece you would recommend? Fourth question. Lastly, from the Germans, I like the look of the Nomos Tangent Neomatic 41, reference 180. What are your thoughts on this piece in Nomos in general? Is there any other German watch you would recommend that's within my price range? Question number 5. What are your thoughts on my current 3-piece collection, my short-term goals? Thanks for all the great work and the awesome, honest content you provide. YouTube needs many more content creators like yourself who tell the truth and don't sell out. You're the best, Arch. Be well. Regards, Chris. Okay. So his 3 watches, he has currently got the Breitling Navitimer. Okay. He's got the Grand Seiko Snowflake and the Omega Speedmaster Professional with the Helsolite glass. So let's jump straight in here and let's see if we can answer his horological dilemmas. Let's go for it, fuckers. So question 1, if you're going to go for a Rolex, what do I think of the Rolex Datejust 41, either in steel and white gold or steel and yellow? Do you think that's a good watch, or better yet, a good fuck-off piece? And which of those would you recommend? Very, very, very good question. Okay, I got to tell you, if you are going to buy new, I think the Rolex is a great brand to go with. The Datejust themselves there, they are, at least you can get them in the stores and possibly haggle for a discount, because it's Rolex Steel Sports that the really in-demand ones are. Look, personally, I honestly think, do you go two-tone? So you're going for Datejust 41. Now, the thing is this. The Datejust 41, what they did with the Datejust is they had the Datejust, the standard men's size was 36 mils. Then they released Datejust 2, which was rather fattish. It was really big. It was 41 mils, plus it had big, pronounced crown, big, pronounced side casing of the profile of the case was big and chunky. Then they said, fuck, this is too big. So they reduced it and called it Datejust 41. I think Datejust 41 is perfect. And the other side is, because Datejust 41 is fairly new, it's hard to get a good deal on the used market. So that's not terrible on the new market, but you want to get a discount. What would I go for? Look, personally, you're going to pay big bucks for two-tone. And I don't think two-tone is worth it at all. I think if you're buying new, let me tell you this. In Singapore, did you know the two-tone is actually cheaper than the steel with the white gold bezel? Even though when they're new, it's the other way around. I would seriously say steel with white gold bezel. I really love the Datejust. I really love a Datejust with Romans, Arabics, and I also like white dials. That's my preference. The blue dial on the Datejust 41 is absolutely stunning. They are selling for they're actually selling for slight premium at times in different parts around the world. So my advice to you would be Datejust 41 steel with white gold bezel. And I would say I would possibly go for a blue or white dial, possibly with Romans or Arabics. And then what bracelet do we go? Do we go oyster or do we go Jubilee? And my answer is a resounding oyster. Go for the oyster bracelet. I think gives it a more sporty feel, makes it a more versatile watch. Oyster, 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 fuckers. Question 2. For my diver, you're thinking of the Tudor Pelagos with the blue face or the submersible. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not the hugest of fans with the Pelagos. I mean, it's not a terrible watch, but I kind of would say, I think if you want to go Tudor, I would be going Tudor Black Bay. Tudor Black Bay. That's where I would be going. Tudor Black Bay. I think that's a beautiful diver. I think Tudor Black Bay is a great diver. However, if it was me and I was buying something that I really, really want, I would say, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, tuck it. I would say, you know, if you want to get a really fuck off diver, I would be going now. I would normally say to you, how about a Tudor-based movement, Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 2, but we can't do that because you've already got a Breitling Navitimer, so we can't do that one. And also, you wouldn't want to buy that on the new market. Fuck! I bought mine just over half. It was a 3-day-old one. But what I would buy, seriously, if you want a big fuck-off diver, I've always loved Pam! I'd buy Pam. What would I buy? What Pam would I get? I'd just get a whatever Pam you love. But try not to go for stupid things like GMT function or chronograph or shit like that. Get a fairly true to form Pam. The Pam 111 or a Pam 112 or their modern equivalents or the base zero submersible, whatever you really like there. But I would basically be saying Pam! I'd go Pam. But you want to, I don't know if I'd also recommend buying it new. You'd want to get a good discount because Pam is very soft. In my market, Australia, They're very hard. But in America, they're not as hard. So are they going to discount? You need to be realistic. Pam is a hard fucking sell. Believe you me. I've been trying to sell a Pam for Scotty on my channel, and I've had 0 inquiries. That's how fucked this Pam is, okay? So I think I would go Pam. That's where I would go. Your next question, number 3, what GMT do I recommend? And there can only be one GMT I recommend for your choices there. So we haven't got any tuners. I would have to say Tudor Pepsi. And I say that because we're going to get a date just. That's a good Rolex to have. The Tudor Pepsi is so unique. I mean, it's not a Rolex. It's using the case from the Black Bay. It's got the 40. I think the perfect size case. 41 mils. It's big. It's beefy. It's got snowflake hands. Snowflake hands. I think that is the most perfect Pepsi. Now, I've actually I'll tell you honestly, I'm going to make a confession today. I just put $200 down with my friend Dave because he's holding the Tudor Pepsi he's got for me. It's now mine. Well, I've got to pay it off before he gives it to me, but I'm getting a Tudor Pepsi. Yes, I've already started making payments. So that's the way that goes. As far as a moon phase goes, is there a Pacific piece you would recommend? Yes, of course. Jaeger-LeCoultre. You could go for a Master Control. You can go, there's so many Jaeger-LeCoultre reversos that have a moon phase. Fucking beautiful. That is where I would be going. I don't want to pinpoint certain models because there's quite a few, but Master Control, or personally I'd go reverso. I reckon a reverso with a moon phase fucking pops. No question about that. Lastly, for the German, you like the look of the Nomos. The only German brand I really want or desire is Lange. That is it. That is it. That is it. Lange. I really cannot recommend Nomos. I'm not a big fan. Glasshoot Original. Ooh, can't really recommend that either. I really don't like the Germans in their watchmaking. However, you want a German watch? Let me tell you, I've got a German watch for you. Well, it's Swiss, but these fuckers are German speaking. So, you know, and I tell you what I would get. IWC. Now, I've got an Ingy. Ingy doesn't appeal to everyone. I get it. But hear me out, fuckers. Hear me out. These are German-speaking Swiss. These are as close to Germans as you can fucking get. They are German-speaking Swiss. They made watches for the Luftwaffe. They made a number of pieces for the Germans in history. Don't mention the war, fuckers! Don't mention the war. I'd go IWC. That's the best German watch I can recommend, fuckers. That's where I would be going. So that's a bit of advice from Archie there. Now, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up. What are your thoughts on my current 3-piece collection? Okay, very good question. So we're talking about the Navitimer. I love the Navitimer. The Grand Seiko Snowflake. Yes, I can't criticize the Snowflake. That is amazing piece. And a Speedy. I think that 3-piece collection is beautiful. I would add to it. I don't think just let it sit. That's not how I'd go. Every man needs a Rolex. Every man needs some, a stylish dress watch. Every man needs a GMT function. And the Pepsi Tudor, fuck, that's so cool. So I love the collection. I think your short and long-term goals. Look, I can see this really developing. The Rolex, every man needs a Rolex. You buy the Datejust 41. I don't think you're going to lose a huge amount of money. It's okay to buy that new. Instead of the Tudor, I'd be going for Pam. And then you're getting into GMT. Get the Tudor Pepsi. That is such a cool piece. Even if you do that as the second step, get the Datejust first, then get the Tudor Pepsi. You don't have to do it in the exact order here. I think they're really good. I really do. I hope you stick to it. I'd love to see you go through this list slow. Remember, it's not like sex where we have to finish in 4 minutes. This here, we can take our time. We can grow it slowly. That's the fun of collecting. Grow it slowly. So I'm really... I like the collection. I like the growth. I like where you're heading. I like the 100 US you sent me. Fuck me dead, you got my attention. I like the 100 US you sent me. Thank you so much. Chris, you're a gem. You're a king. You're a scholar. Thank you so much. Guys, like this video. I do paid reviews. Please, if you want a paid review, email me. Email me. And Chris, thank you so much for your support. You're keeping me full-time on YouTube. Please, guys, nasty comments down below. Let's say something really nasty and funny down below. We all like that shit. Guys, it's really dishonest to jump into bed with garbage. It's really dishonest. It's really dishonest. I mean, I've been approached hundreds of times by shitter brands. I said no. I said no. No shitters. No shitters. So, just remember that when you're picking your YouTube gurus, don't always go for the one who everything's wonderful, everything's great, because it ain't the case. It ain't all fucking wonderful.
I'm only signing it because it costs nothing. So this is the congratulations to everybody.
And don't forget, fuckaroonies, like, subscribe, and tell your fuckhead friends. And don't forget to mention the Archie Luxury Travel channel. That's where I'm doing live shows, fuckers.